just take a collective moment to bow down to the absolute queen of Fairmont Crest, Dani Dupree? I mean, are you kidding me with this latest episode? We all knew that Dani was on a warpath, but the sheer tactical genius she displayed at the Uptown Club was nothing short of a masterclass in soap opera vengeance. Let's be real for a second. Dani has been spiraling lately. She has been drowning in a sea of guilt over that steamy illicit elevator hookup with her ex-husband Bill Hamilton during the tornado blackout. But instead of letting that guilt consume her and destroy her marriage to Andre, she channeled all of that chaotic, nervous energy into taking down her ultimate nemesis, Haley Hamilton. And to get to the queen, you have to capture the pawn. Enter Randy Parker. For weeks, we have watched Randy slither around town. He is living a dangerous double life. On one hand, he is the loyal, albeit conflicted henchman for casino boss Joey Armstrong. On the other hand, he is Haley's secret cousin and co-conspirator in a sinister plot to slowly poison Bill Hamilton for a massive life insurance payout. Randy thought he was untouchable. He thought he was flying under the radar. But he severely underestimated the investigative prowess of a scorned Dupree woman. Dani didn't just stumble upon the truth. She orchestrated a brilliant trapdoor confrontation that left our boy Randy completely speechless and sweating bullets. I am absolutely living for this plot twist. The scene at the Uptown Club was directed to perfection. The mood lighting, the background chatter, the slow build of tension, it was cinematic gold. Dani enlisted the help of Vanessa McBride, which is a brilliant strategic move. Vanessa knows Randy exclusively from the casino. She knows him as Joey's guy, plain old Randy. So the setup was flawless. Vanessa casually approaches him at the bar, flashing that bright smile, and greets him with a standard, "Hey, Randy." Randy, completely unsuspecting, turns to respond, thinking it is just another mundane interaction. But here's the kicker, folks. Before the words can even leave his mouth, Dani materializes from the shadows right behind him. She doesn't yell. She doesn't scream. She just drops a vocal bomb with icy precision. "Hi, Sammy, how are you?" Wow. Just wow. The look of sheer, unadulterated panic that washed over Randy's face should win the actor an Emmy. You could literally see his soul leave his body for a split second. The brilliant part of this dual name trap is that it completely short-circuited his brain. Being called Randy and Sammy simultaneously by two different women from two completely different circles of his life caused a massive system failure. He froze. His eyes darted back and forth. His jaw practically unhinged. And in that one micro-expression of sheer terror, Dani got all the confirmation she needed. Her suspicions were 100% accurate. He wasn't just Randy the casino guy. He was Sammy, the mysterious stranger from Haley's past. Let's rewind and unpack the history here, because this callback to a previous storyline is exactly why we love long-term soap opera storytelling. Do you guys remember the absolute circus that was Haley's fake pregnancy and subsequent fake miscarriage? It was one of the most diabolical things Haley has ever done, and that is saying a lot. When Haley staged that fall to fake her miscarriage, a random helpful stranger conveniently appeared out of nowhere to assist her. That stranger gave his name as Sammy. It was all too perfect, too neatly wrapped in a bow. Dani knew it smelled fishy back then, and thanks to Naomi Hawthorne's relentless digging, the family proved the pregnancy was a complete sham. But the identity of Sammy remained elusive until now. Dani's eyes were like daggers cutting right through Randy's pathetic facade. You have to understand the psychology of this moment. Dani isn't just trying to prove a point. She is trying to protect her family's legacy and exact revenge on the woman who stole her husband and is currently making her daughter's lives a living hell. Randy, desperately trying to backpedal, stammered through a painfully awkward defense. He tried to play it off as a simple misunderstanding. He claimed he was just a good Samaritan in the right place at the right time. "I just saw a woman fall, and I helped her." "I don't even know her," he pleaded, his voice cracking under the pressure. But let me tell you, nobody was buying that garbage. Not Vanessa, not the audience, and certainly not Dani Dupree. I have to interject with a personal opinion here. I think Randy's a terrible liar when he is backed into a corner. When he is working for Joey, he has a certain swagger. But when he is confronted by a fierce legacy character like Dani, he crumbles like a stale cookie. Dani didn't let him breathe for a single second. She immediately went in for the kill. She brought up the irrefutable evidence. She reminded him that Naomi had already scientifically and medically proven that Haley was never pregnant to begin with. The entire miscarriage was a theatrical production directed by Haley, and Sammy was her co-star. Dani laid it all out, piece by piece, dismantling his alibi with the precision of a seasoned prosecutor. But Dani wasn't done. Oh no, she had a trump card up her sleeve, and she played it beautifully. Just when Randy thought he might be able to gaslight his way out of the conversation by playing the innocent bystander card, Dani hit him with the Chelsea connection. She leaned in close, invading his personal space, and asked the million-dollar question. If you don't know her, and you just happen to help a stranger, then why did Chelsea catch you and Haley together right here in Uptown looking incredibly cozy? Boom! Mic drop. Checkmate. Let's break down why this specific piece of evidence is so devastating. Chelsea Hamilton is not someone who hallucinates. She has the sharp eyes of a fashion designer. She notices details. Chelsea saw Randy and Haley huddled together, whispering, looking thick as thieves. Dani pointed out the glaring flaw in Randy's logic. Why on earth would a random Good Samaritan be having a secretive, intimate rendezvous with the victim weeks after the incident? It defies all logic. The sheer proximity and closeness Chelsea witnessed completely obliterates the narrative that they are strangers. Randy had absolutely no counter-argument for this. He was trapped in a web of his own cousin's making. The stakes in this scene were astronomically high, and here is why. Randy isn't just sweating because his fake Sammy alias has been busted. He is in a state of absolute heart-palpitating panic because of what he and Haley are currently doing. They are actively, methodically poisoning Bill Hamilton. Bill's health is rapidly deteriorating. His hands are shaking, he is collapsing, and the doctors are completely baffled. Randy knows that if Dani pulls the thread on the Sammy alias, the entire sweater unravels. If Dani exposes the fact that Haley used a fake accomplice for a fake miscarriage, it establishes a documented pattern of extreme sociopathic deception. It will immediately prompt the police, likely Jacob Hawthorne, to look closer at Haley's current actions. Randy is terrified that Dani's investigation into the past will accidentally uncover the attempted murder happening in the present. This brings me to a major theory about where this storyline is headed. I strongly believe that Randy is going to crack under the pressure. He is already feeling incredibly uneasy about the tasks Joey Armstrong is giving him, especially regarding Deanna McBride. With Dani Dupree breathing down his neck and exposing his aliases, the walls are closing in on him from both sides. Randy is not a hardened, cold-blooded killer like the Impaler. No. He has a conscience, which Mona Wilson has been desperately trying to appeal to. I predict that Randy is going to realize that Haley is a sinking ship. To save himself from going down for a conspiracy to commit murder, I think Randy might. He might run to Joey for protection, or worse, he might anonymously tip off Smitty or Jacob about the poison. However, we also have to look at the flip side of this dynamic. Haley Hamilton is ruthless. She is a survivor who will step on anyone's neck to get what she wants. If Haley finds out that Randy botched his cover and allowed Dani to connect the dots, she will not hesitate to throw him under the bus. I can easily see a scenario where Haley frames Randy for the poisoning. She could plant the toxic serum in his belongings and claim that this stranger who has been stalking her since the miscarriage is now trying to kill her husband. It would be a diabolical plot twist, but it is exactly the kind of unhinged, desperate move Haley would make to secure that $10 million life insurance payout. But let's be brutally honest here and look at Dani's position. While I am absolutely cheering for Dani to take down Haley, we cannot ignore the massive, ticking time bomb sitting in Dani's own lap. Dani is acting incredibly self-righteous right now, playing the role of the protective ex-wife and devoted mother, but she is harboring a massive, dark secret. She hooked up with Bill in that elevator. If Haley, who is already suspicious and has been eavesdropping, finds definitive proof of that affair, she will use it to completely nuke Dani's life. Imagine the devastation. Andre Richardson, who is already paranoid and dealing with his own dark past from France, would be shattered. The hypocrisy of Dani aggressively hunting down Haley's lies while sitting on a massive lie of her own is a classic soap opera trope, and it is going to blow up spectacularly. The writers of Beyond the Gates are doing a phenomenal job of weaving these storylines together. The intersection of past crimes, the fake miscarriage with present dangers, the poisoning, creates a rich, layered narrative that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Dani's confrontation with Randy wasn't just a dramatic moment, it was the catalyst that is going to force everyone's hand. Randy has to make a choice. Haley has to accelerate her plans. And Dani has to watch her back. Because when you corner a rat like Haley, they bite back hard. What do you guys think? Will Randy break down and confess everything to save his own skin, or will he double down and help Haley finish Bill? Do you think Dani is pushing too hard and risking her own marriage in the process? And how long until Chelsea and Naomi finally find the physical proof of the poison? Drop your theories in the comments below, because I love reading how your minds work. This is the kind of high-stakes drama that makes us tune in every single day. The tension is palpable, the performances are stellar, and the fallout from this uptown confrontation is going to shift the power dynamics of Fairmont Crest forever.